My name is Jason Miller. I am the Chief Evangelist here at Creatio. Joining us today, we also have Usaith from Creatio. Usaith, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Usaith Wise. It's a pleasure to be at this webinar today. I overlook the global business development for Mitra Innovation for the Creatio practice. We've been working closely with Creatio for the last 3 to 4 years, and we've been heavily invested in the insurance space, helping companies, enable and leverage Creatio's no-code platform.
Thank you very much, Usaith. Now, as we get started today, just a quick agenda for what we're going to be talking about today. Obviously, we've done some introductions. We're going to talk heavily about the Creatio platform and what the power of no-code technology brings to insurance organizations like yours. We're also going to talk about the connected distributor management system, and we're actually going to see a little bit of a recorded demo of the product as well, and how this can really impact your organization. So let's get started. First of all, who's Creatio? Creatio is a provider of one of the leading no-code platforms in the world. We're focused on delivering freedom to own your own automation in both your customer engagements and workflow automation across the organization in areas like customer service, sales, operations, and marketing. Creatio works with a number of financial service customers in the banking and insurance space. You see some examples here on the screen. What makes us unique is the approach of using no-code technology and empowering citizen developers to engage in the application building and maintenance of your solution. Now, this is unique because it allows folks, call it the business workers, those power users who understand the business, that are closest to the pain points, to be heavily involved and deeply engaged in solving those problems. So, when you look at Creatio, we compete against the biggest names in the industry: Salesforce, Microsoft, Oracle, SAP. What's unique about us, though, is the speed at which we've been able to gain this. Creatio, as a company, has been around for just a little over 10 years. Because of the no-code technology, this is a significant differentiator that's allowed us to develop industry-leading solutions as recognized by Gartner, Forrester, Nucleus Omdia, and more. One of the things that we're most proud of, however, is what you see at the bottom of the screen here, which is what the users say. I do offer, please go check out the peer review sites like Gartner Peer Insights, Capterra, G2, and more. You will find that Creatio is always more highly ranked and more highly willing to recommend than any other platform in the market that we compete against. Recently, Creatio was recognized as the only leader in low-code, no-code platforms for citizen developers. Again, this is the business power users, the folks who feel the pain the most every single day. Now, you may ask, well, why is that important? Let's talk about that. When it comes for the demand for automation, it is growing every single day. Many of you feel this exact pain. What we see is that there's about 25 million developers from an IT standpoint in the market every single day. And I'm sure most of you feel the pain that IT backlogs are growing. Things never get done in a timely manner, and you always seem to have a plethora of business projects that you'd like to achieve and get done that never get touched. Well, the reason for that is because there's over 500 million applications, according to Gartner, that have to be built or refactored the next few years. This is a math problem that just is not balanced. So, Creatio, we help you tap into these 1.7 billion knowledge workers, folks like yourself or myself, who've never coded a day in our life, but understand the business, understand business process, and we understand the data that's needed to be able to serve these growing pains. Now, we do this because of the advancement of technology. If we think about it, some 30 years ago, back in the 80s and 90s, we all worked off of a single platform, right? The Oracles, the Siebels of the world. This was great because all of our business was in one place, but it was very painful to make changes. Thus, we had the waterfall delivery methodology because it took forever to document, to build, and to test all of the things that we were delivering. Now, fast forward some number of years when we started to introduce SaaS and cloud technologies. This was great because it allowed us to move faster. The 80-20 rule. A lot of these prepackaged solutions, these point solutions for CRM, for ERP, for claims management, these were able to deploy faster, and you only had to customize about 20% of them. Because you were able to move faster, thus the advent of the agile delivery methodology. So you see, as we move through time, technology changes, and the way in which we deliver that capability to the market changes as well. Well, today we are at the leading edge of this next era of application development for enterprises. It is the era of composable no-code architecture, the ability to work in a single platform, get the speed to market that you've enjoyed with SaaS and cloud technologies over the recent years, but to do it in a fashion that still gives you one platform and that full custom application development experience that we all enjoyed with the monolithic architecture. So we need to have a new methodology, and we need to be able to think about things a little bit differently. This is what Creatio brings to the market. One platform to automate your workflows, whether it's CRM, workflow automation for various front office, mid office, back office applications, or other connectors that you're going to need for automating a lot of the day-to-day tasks. Let's dig into this a little bit. So Creatio's single platform to automate CRM and customer-centric workflows is really focused on delivering customer data visibility, breaking down data silos, helping you see and get actionable insights to all the things that are going on within your business. This means that you have the powerful ability to bring business process automation using this single platform approach to really enhance and digitize a lot of manual processes, bringing to light all of your intelligent triggers and alerts based upon customer preferences and historical interactions. And obviously your ability to easily modify all of your processes as consumer demand changes. One thing I like to highlight here when I typically talk about workflow automation, if you see this diagram here, this looks a lot like a Visio diagram or a Lucid chart. Well, that's because it uses a standard, what's called BPMN 2.0. Now that's probably a little too technical for some of you, but the most important thing to take out of this is it's a standard way to visualize processes. What makes us different is with Creatio Studio and the Creatio One platform, we help you execute processes, not just map them out. Now, when we think about this, this is where no code really makes a difference. Being able to create highly interactive user interfaces, empowering your employees with the information that they need in a single dashboard. Now, obviously, with no-code tools, you have the ability to drag and drop from our library of components and blocks to be able to create these highly interactive user experiences. Because you have this ability to extend all this functionality and deploy these new capabilities on an ongoing basis, it makes change and time to innovate much faster. This is what we mean by building speed, but that fully customized experience. Now, one of the other things that Creatio brings to the table is our AI capabilities. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about it in just a minute, but we launched our Copilot just this week. Now, what does this mean? It means we have ready-to-use pre-built use cases, ready-to-use models that don't require anything other than some minor configuration. And it's a seamless part of our Creatio platform so that you can use both traditional AI, machine learning and predictive analytics, and generative AI from a single pane of glass, helping the users of the system in an assistant fashion accelerate all of their tasks every day. Now, Copilot is this really intelligent, call it generative AI tool that helps Creatio users solve everyday tasks. Now, yes, you say Copilot. I've heard that before. This is a standard term that the industry is really starting to get around, whether it's Microsoft Copilot, GitHub Copilot, whatever. We really believe that most of the industry and the analysts believe that the industry is going to coalesce around this idea of Copilot, meaning the use of AI to assist everyday activities, thus Creatio Copilot. The other thing I want you to think about too, before I hand this over to Usaith, is what we talk about when it comes to how do we deliver no-code technology. Well, just like we had waterfall and agile delivery methodologies, because you have the speed to deliver things to production in such a rapid manner, we have to think about a new way to govern and manage this process. Our CEO and CEO of Tachyon Solutions, Burley Kawasaki, wrote a book on this. It's called the No Code Playbook, and it's technology agnostic. It's not just for Creatio. It could be for any no-code rapid application development platform. How you think about managing this speed. And you say, how fast? Well, to give you an example, we have customers that deploy to production as often as 3 times a week. No longer are you forced to wait an iterative or a sprint cycle of 2 to 4 weeks. No longer are you forced to wait to get things out to the market for your users until some fixed milestone within a waterfall project. This is what we mean by rapid application development and rapid time of innovation. Now, enough about the Creatio platform. I'd like to bring Usaith in, and we're going to talk a little bit more about how this can apply to the insurance market. Usaith, over to you.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you so much for that. Before we move into the presentation in terms of how we could help you, optimize your operations with the connected distribution, and also in return how we are able to, penetrate the market easily, I would like to give an introduction into what or who Mitra Innovation is. So we are a UK-based company with about 350 plus top engineers and with a presence of delivering projects across 25 countries. We have strong insurance domain expertise, and our experts are readily available to be able to help you leverage Creatio's no-code platform with our dedicated Creatio practice. In our practice that we have been working for about 3 to 4 years closely with Creatio, we have done projects that account to about 15,000 plus hours of implementation hours. And on top of Creatio's no-code platform, we also have built pre-built composable apps and connectors that will help you rapidly implement a workflow automation solution for your insurance business and its workflows. We have closely worked with some of the large insurance organizations like CVS Health, Aetna, and at the heart of our engagement, we strongly believe in having an adoption-driven employee experience where at the end of the day, the employees are able to use the platform and the solution and be able to make changes by themselves as well. And also at the end is also to ensure that your customers are able to experience customer experience that with where you are able to interact with them with real insights and also have an empathy-driven engagement. And also at the core of this is to ensure that your business processes are all excellence-driven, and also to be able to generate new revenue streams where you're able to grow your digital and business strategies. And in the next slide, I would like to explain in terms of how we have been able to solve this problem leveraging Creatio's no-code platform. So at Mitra, we have carefully thought behind this, and we have built on Creatio's platform a suite of products. Essentially, they fall under 4 buckets. First, what you see on the screen is Connected Distribution Management System, which I will speak in depth in the subsequent slides and a demo that we have had ready for you. So basically, Connected Distribution System is all about how you're able to manage your agents, brokers, have a 360 perspective in terms of how you're engaging with them, which of your brokers or who of them are like performing better, and how you're able to better leverage and be also to be able to push your products and services, which they will be able to then carry forward and sell better. And then we also have built an insight-driven marketing and sales automation solution on top of Creatio's readily available sales, marketing, and service platform. So these workflows are all about how you are able to manage your leads, how you are able to automate those workflows, get approvals in the real time, track your pipeline, track how your sales team is performing. And also we have been able to build a solution on the insightful policy servicing aspect, where you are able to interact with your customers, work with your internal team, and be able to deliver the policy servicing aspect with a better employee and customer experience. We've also built a solution on top of Creatio where we are able to streamline your new business and customer onboarding. And we have gone a step ahead and gone beyond the traditional means, and we've embedded advanced AI, OCR capabilities to be able to automate these processes. And in the next slide, you'll be able to understand right now at the moment, third-party distribution now represents majority of the sales in most of the insurance organizations. It's almost 90% in life and 81% in annuities. So the important question as an insurance carrier or an insurance organization to ask yourself is, what's keeping you up at the night? What's important? What are you looking at in terms of optimizing your distributor aspect of business? Is it to improve your performances? Is it for you to push and make sure that your brokers, your agents, your captive insurers are delivering better results for you? Do you need to improve your communication, streamline them, and also to be able to monitor financial aspects like commission? The Connected Distribution Management System that Mitra has built on Creatio's platform. But before we into the features and functionalities of the platform, I would like to speak a few things in terms of the typical challenges that the distributors are facing right now in the industry. So one of the most, common challenge that we are seeing is right now most of the interactions are manual, where an agent or a broker is distributing, submitting a quotation or request for quotation over an email or a telephone. There is very little self-servicing options where they are able to log in via a portal and be able to submit these informations, and to be also be able to see real-time updates in terms of which stage they are in, which information that they have to resubmit, is there any validation of things like that. And most of the time, it's also very important that as a business, you make sure that you're onboarding the right distributors. And in that onboarding journey, it's very important to ensure that you're inculcating the right amount of knowledge in terms of your product, your services. And some of these times, these trainings and onboarding can happen in an offline method. So it is very important to have a distributor onboarding mechanism. And at the same time, the products that you as a business, as a carrier build, it's very important as to how you push to your distributors. So there needs to be a mechanism. And we are currently seeing that a lot of companies are facing a challenge in being able to, easily push these products across to their distributors. This goes beyond a typical rating engine or rating mechanism. This is all about empowering them with the tools, the collaterals, the materials in terms of the product or the service that you're selling. And also one of the common challenges that we've seen is being able to readily respond to the market changes. As a business, you are able to do that in real time, given the technology that you're using, and you could use a platform like Creatio to be able to do that faster. But it's also important to ensure that your distributors are keeping pace at your speed as well. And then we also realize that the distributor data resides across multiple systems. In a given scenario, your business might be, interacting with some legacy system at the moment. It might have a different contact management solution, a different marketing platform, and you might be also, working with distributors who are having independent, exclusive relationships with you, or they can be working with other businesses as well at the same time. So maintaining these data, consolidating them, and having a 360 view is also becoming a difficult task to be able to understand how your distributors are performing. Within a distributor, there might be multiple producers who work within a distributor. So to be able to track that interaction, what they have sold, the policies that they own, is also becoming an increasingly difficult task now. And as I said earlier, most of these conversations, most of these engagements happen over a telephone call. To be able to track these and to be able to have a communication history in terms of how you are collaborating, who have been the responsible party from both sides, is also becoming increasingly difficult. And we've also seen that when someone from the internal organization as an employee has been recently onboarded onto the Creatio platform or into their workflows and business processes, it's also becoming evident that a new employee might find difficult in terms of the prehistoric conversations and communications that the organization has had with its distributor. So to be able to have all of these information in one view or one platform is also of very high importance. And the next slide will be able to understand how we have used Creatio and how Mitra has been able to build a solution where the connected distribution management system enables more collaboration and improved productivity. So this tool is all about keeping your distributors close to you. In a sense, I will dig deeper in the subsequent slides, but the platform showcases a dashboard with insightful insights, a communication history, an ability to be able to make sure you are on top of all your support tickets, a distributor 360, marketing and sales automation where you are able to target, segment, and personalize your campaigns, a self-service portal where your distributors are able to directly interact and engage you with, to be able to calculate commissions and also to have a track in terms of what those commissions look like. AI-based next best actions. Gamification is one of the core value prop that we have in terms of our solution, where you are able to make it more interesting for your distributors to use your platform. And onboarding, as I said earlier. Another important aspect is the knowledge portal or the knowledge base, where you are able to store all your commonly asked FAQs, documentation, collaterals easily. And then we also are able to seamlessly automate the contracting process with digital signatures. And we are able to deliver these scenes, functionalities on top of Creatio's no-code workflows, artificial intelligence, in-app multi-channel communications, e-signatures, leveraging platforms like OCR and alerts, reminders, tasks that are all readily inbuilt into Creatio. And the next slide, to delve deeper in terms of what these key functionalities deliver. A Distributor 360 would give you insight in terms of your distributor's profile, the leads or the opportunities you're engaging with, the individuals who are, or the producers who are assigned to those distributors, or the account managers who work with those distributors. You get an insight in terms of how well they are performing in terms of revenue, their targets, number of new policies, or the number of renew policies. So that is all about Distributor 360. And the best thing about this is you're not only able to maintain Creatio as a single source of truth, but you're also able to integrate multiple platforms and bring all of those information into one cohesive platform. And as I said earlier, it's all about omnichannel communications right now. So you might be interacting with your broker, with your distributor via email, via WhatsApp, or via a call. Creatio enables you through our solution to be able to track everything within one particular system and to be able to engage them with one screen. So you don't have to, shift into a different platform or a different device. You can make your calls, you can send your emails, you can track everything with this particular solution. You're also able to understand the RFM score in terms of which distributor has been engaging with you more and which distributor has been delivering more value. So this way, you're able to pick and choose and strategize as to how you could engage with various distributors. And on top of that, we have Creatio's marketplace add-ons that I will explain to you a little bit later in the subsequent slides. And next best action. What we have done is leveraging Creatio's capabilities and Mitra's experience in delivering solutions. We've built next best actions where you are able to solve problems and be able to respond to queries then and there. For example, someone calls you and tells you, hey, I want to change my address. You ask them the reason as to why you're changing. And they might tell you, okay, maybe I'm going into I'm upsizing, or maybe I'm downsizing. Based on the reason, then and there, you are able to trigger a next best action where you'll be able to understand, okay, maybe on this particular location where the person is shifting to, we might be able to upsell these kinds of cover. This particular location where they're moving into is prone for flood. That way you can, upsell the flood cover. Or in a situation when someone is getting married and they want to add their spouse as a contact, there might be a situation where you can add that particular person into your existing health cover. And together with all of these functionalities, Creatio and Mitra, we strive in providing real-time insights to you. So whatever that you're seeing in terms of your dashboard, in terms of the reporting, we ensure these are real-time personalized insights that the user is getting based on their user role. So what an underwriter sees is going to be totally different to what a salesperson would see or a marketing person would see. And we have used advanced capabilities like OCR. We are able to easily integrate into third-party OCR applications, leverage the OCR capabilities and AI capabilities to easily automate your workflows that would require typical manual process like, entering certain information, reading certain documentation, things like that. And also we have been able to, using Creatio's drag and drop functionality, enable quick action-based buttons. So for example, if you want to change an address, you don't have to go through multiple sections. There's just a green color button on top over there where you could easily click and change the button. Alerts and reminders are inbuilt in Creatio. It comes out of the box. But what we could do is what we have done is we have built these around the workflows that we had built for distribution management. So you can easily configure who gets a certain approval, what kind of information needs to be pushed for a manager approval or anything like that. And we also enable hyper segmentation where you are able to segment your distributor, their customers based on the history of the engagement that you had with, and based on those segmentation, you can deliver campaigns that are more tailored for them. And ultimately, we also ensure that there is automatic work assignment. So we will quickly show you this in a demo in about a few minutes time, where we are able to easily, capture an email and trigger the respective cases and workflows based on a simple email. In the meantime, if there are any questions, anything that you're curious for us to speak about, please feel free to drop a message on the chat. And moving on next, in the next slide, as I was highlighting, we build a platform on Creatio's no-code platform. The best thing about this is Creatio already has the marketing, sales, and service capability out of the box already. So if you're using this distribution management system, you can leverage Creatio's out-of-the-box sales capabilities. For example, along with your Distributor 360 and the distributor workflows, you can also maintain your sales pipeline. So what happens there is the benefit that you would have is your sales team's interaction and your distributor team's interaction is collaborated, and they're working on the same engagement, and they are more in synchronization in terms of the deals or the policies that they are working with. And the same time, what you could do is once you have closed a certain policy and you have a certain data in terms of a customer record from your distributor side or from within your internal sales team, you are then able to generate marketing campaigns easily using Creatio's marketing platform. And vice versa, if you're using Creatio's sales platform already for your lead gen and your sales automation, you can easily plug Mitra's Distributor 360 and the connected distribution management solution that we have built on top of Creatio. And on top of all of these, we have the self-servicing web portals that we could use, customizable dashboards, knowledge portals, support systems, in-app communications, and artificial intelligence and machine learning. And at the end of the day, what this ensures is there is omnichannel communication throughout the engagement, and using the pre-built connectors that Mitra and Creatio together have, we are able to integrate into your third-party distributed systems, your existing core systems, and any other third-party integrations. Before we move into the demo, I would like to briefly explain in terms of what we are trying to showcase over here. So here is a sample use case journey that demonstrates the Creatio's no-code platform and the workflow automation aspect as to how we have used to build a simple use case. So in this use case, a distributor is submitting an email where they are saying they need to change their address. Based on that, we are able to classify and segment that incoming message, and then based on that, we automatically trigger the completeness check, and we have integrated into OCR platform that reads through those documents and updates that particular case and assigns that case to the respective person who is responsible for that particular task. So if we move into the demo right now, we'll be able to see where we have the dashboards. And these dashboards are highly configurable. As you could see, you have the cases based on the stages, the number of cases assigned, the number of cases that have been completed. These are highly customizable. You are able to configure this based on your need, and you can change this based on each different user persona or the business function. So what the underwriter sees, as I said earlier, is going to be different, and what the sales team would be different. And here now we see the request section, and the email is being, and the broker, the distributor is sending an email to the platform where they are saying that, I need to change my address, and this information is sent to Creatio. Via the integration that we have with Creatio and the mailbox, it's able to automatically pick the email address, and based on that email address, it's able to create a request and assign it to that respective account or that particular distributor. Here you could see how it has been able to automatically assign it to the distributor Andrew Baker. You could see here over here document verification, the ID proof, the address proof are pending. On top we have a simple button, a simple notification saying awaiting document, and you could see as we move on to the next steps how these buttons and how these document statuses easily change. These are completely automated. If needed, we can also have a manual process. So now Andrew Baker is being sent a mail where we are requesting them to send the attachments of these proof, and you could see here that he is attaching these IDs, the address proof and the policy document, and he's replying back to the same email channel. And if you could give us a couple of seconds, you could see then and there Creatio with its business process running in the background is able to automatically pick these documents that have been attached, and it will automatically update the document status as received. And then this particular stage, without any human interaction, would automatically move into the OCR verification stage. And in that stage, where we have integrated into a third-party OCR, it reads those particular document proof and it says, yes, it is successful, it has been verified, and then automatically it moves on to the process stage. We can easily configure a manual task for someone has to approve, manual validation has to occur. But here, we wanted to show you mainly was the capability of being able to automate these simple tasks that take a lot of manual time and effort. The next step you could easily see in the case section, based on this request being processed, automatic case has already been created. It is associated with this particular case. It has captured the necessary bank information, branch information, and it has already assigned to Roy Norman, who is someone within the system who is a user. This can be a round-robin mechanism or anything of your preference. And as shown earlier, we already have the conversations, general info, everything has been tracked based on an email interaction. And as a next step, when you see, you will be able to verify your bank account details to see the user will be able to ensure that these are correct bank account details, and then they would complete these tasks. Once this task has been completed and submitted, it will move on to the update stage. And in this particular stage, there is a task where you are able to update your policy servicing system. So in a scenario where your policy servicing system is a third-party platform, you will be able to easily integrate with Creatio and push this information into your policy servicing solution for any billing or claims related information that you have to track. And here you could easily see the Distributor 360. You have the contact information. You can see that Andrew Baker is working for the USI Insurance Service Brokerage firm. The bank account details are already collected over here. You can track your policy level information, the leads that are working in this particular distributor, the total number of revenue or commission they have earned. So depending on your requirement, we are able to easily customize this field. So going back again to the presentation, I hope that quick demonstration was insightful and you were able to understand how this works beautifully and cohesively. And if you are interested in understanding how you could use Creatio's no-code platform, there is enough and more material on Creatio's YouTube channel where you can easily go and check out its drag and drop functionality. And here on this particular slide, what I want to touch base on is the power of the Creatio's no-code platform along with the solution that we have built, where you can easily connect, easily integrate into any legacy systems, any homegrown tools, your co-insurance systems like Guidewire, Duck Creek, and also your cloud solutions, or any other applications like your email servers, web portals. Creatio already has 375 pre-built connectors in its marketplace. And via its composable architecture integration to any of your platforms or application, as I said earlier, it can be easily done. And in the next slide, I would like to explain in terms of how this platform is scalable. As Jason was explaining earlier in terms of the composable architecture built on Creatio's no-code platform and composable architecture, you are able to scale beyond your distribution management system easily. For example, if you want to implement the sales and marketing automation solution or policy servicing automation solution, you are able to easily do that because based on Creatio's composable architecture, you will be using the common objects, common data structure, and this way there is no data duplication, there is no multiple processes or multiple engineering that you have to do. You can reuse your assets that have already been deployed and built. And as I said earlier, you can use your marketplace connectors and also be able to use Creatio's no-code platform to be able to build your own customized applications that suit your need. And as you could see in the next slide, you would understand we have done all of this adhering to the latest standards of security protocol in terms of physical level security, application level security, data layer level security, adhering to global standards like GDPR, ISO, and etc. So you have the least worry in terms of how secured your solution is, your data is, and this is all done and you're geared to an enterprise level standard. So ultimately what it means to you as a distributor by being able to use our distribution management solution is being able to drive a personalized distributor service. You will be able to have 4 times faster distributor request solution. As I showed earlier, you don't have to be spending time manually drafting emails, going to your email box, searching for emails. You are able to see then and there what kind of engagement you're having with the distributor and the respective producer. And you can also reduce 50% of the incoming requests where we are able to easily trigger automated case and workflows based on certain parameters. And this would, in return, improve your distributor retention by about 30%, since the distributors might be working with multiple other carriers. So it's respond to market faster. We have pre-built assets that can easily connect into multiple applications and system. You are able to scale faster with Creatio's flexibility and securely built model. And to summarize in conclusion in the next slide, we are able to enable you to move away from a monolithic account-centric view to a holistic customer-centric view, where you are able to see your distributor in a 360 perspective. And within your distributors, you're able to see the individual producers, the agents, the customers who they work with. This way, we provide you a 360 perspective end-to-end. And also the user experience in terms of both your internal employees and your distributors would be highly personalized. For example, if your distributor uses Creatio portal to access the distribution management system services that we have built for you, they will be able to see stages and sections that are relevant for them. This could be based on the product that they're selling. This could be based on their geography. This could be based on the nature of their business. So this is highly customizable and personalized. We are also able to, help you streamline your policy servicing workflows so your underwriters won't be overwhelmed with emails coming and bombarding saying, approve this, or your customer account manager or your salesperson being reminded repeatedly in terms of certain renewals. We will be able to automate all of these via Creatio's no-code and business process management tools. And ultimately, as I said earlier, the platform is robust, flexible, scalable, and secure. And leveraging the no-code platform of Creatio, we are able to cater and adhere to your growing demands. So, for example, you might be in the business of providing insurance cover for retail space. Tomorrow, you might decide that maybe you want to get into the business of storage space related insurance. Using a platform like Creatio, we are able to reuse what we have built for you and build anything easily on top of it. And ultimately, our end goal is to ensure that we improve your employee experience, we improve your customer experience. This can be your distributors, the producers, and this can even be the end insured. And ultimately, we also want to increase your customer retention and your distribution retention. Jason, I would like to pass this on to you next.
Yeah, and I appreciate this deep overview, and we're going to do some Q&A here in just a second. I want to reemphasize a couple of things Deuce covered. So the flexibility and the configurability that the Creatio platform gives to you really helps you bring a lot of your features and functions and daily business operations into the Creatio ecosphere using our approach from one platform, breaking down data visibility silos, giving you the freedom to automate a lot of your business processes and drive enhanced employee and customer experience. These are the things that we think about. Now, the other thing that we haven't talked a lot about today is genuine care. Now, I did throw out a challenge earlier to you today, which was go look at all the peer review sites. The reason Creatio does so well and has gained so much notoriety in the industry is because of the genuine care we show. We actually had a customer recently say, wow, I thought we were your only customer because of how much time you spend with us. This is how Creatio engages with our customers. We are focused every single day in building warm relationships with our customers to ensure that you feel that you're not just a number, that you're part of the Creatio family. So as we continue on, and I want to ask a few questions to you, Usay. So you mentioned earlier about case creation, via email or auto case creation coming in via omni-channel. What are some of the benefits that a distributor or other insurance organization can expect by using this automation feature?
Great question, Jason. So one of the things that we have observed and we have listened, one of the pain points is when you look at their business process, the distributor, the insurance carrier, they will be working on multiple opportunities, multiple policy renewals. So at a given point, there might be about 100 opportunities they are working on. So when we have something like an automated case creation and being able to track these cases, the end user, it can be the underwriter or the customer account manager or the account manager for the distributor, they wouldn't have to spend too much of time going through their mailboxes, searching for these information, searching for these attachments. The attachments will be readily available on Creatio's platform for those respective cases. They wouldn't, and there can be instances where where the particular case would get passed to different account managers at different stages. So they don't have to spend time, understanding the communication history. They're able to get the entire context of the engagement at a single screen. The attachments will all be there, as I said earlier. And this way, they are able to, respond better to the queries of the distributor, to their needs. So they're able to, submit a quote within maybe a day or a couple of days maximum, because they have all information. And the best thing about these automation is it also enables us to build Creatio's out-of-the-box tasks and notification. So anybody is able to track at which stage this particular case is, or who is responsible for approval and things like that.
No, I think that's a really good point, because even if you think about, I always like to use this example because it's a pain point for a lot of companies, and it's not so much just on the distributor side, but even something like auto adjudication on something simple like a short-term disability for pregnancy, right? Typically, it's a very manual process, collecting things like the doctor's note, collecting the policy coverage dates. Having all of that in one place and being able to very quickly even run automation that would take almost the human piece of that out is extremely beneficial to organizations. And that's just one example. And there's literally hundreds of examples where automation can help benefit companies and not only streamline, provide better customer experience, but also make those mundane things even easier. Let me ask you a next question here. So you talked about Creatio and no code and security. A lot of times when we talk to organizations, the one first question says, well, no code means I'm giving up control to citizen developers, or I'm giving up control around governance. When you talk to organizations, banks, financial service organizations, insurance companies, how do you answer the question when somebody says, well, how do I know that a no code application is as secure as a custom application?
So this is where a partner like Mitra comes into the picture as well. So when we engage these kind of customers, we give them the assurance that we have worked with all of these customers in the past as well. And what we tell them is, it's not just we are building the no-code solution on Creatio, we are also be able to adhere to your standards as well. So for example, if you have certain firewall compliances, if you have certain regulations, we are able to easily adhere to that. And as I was explaining earlier in my previous slides, we tell them that the platform has been built in such a level where we adhere to the latest network security, physical security, and data security standards. And most of the time, the customer feels assured when they also be able to see how Creatio composable architecture is built in the backwards. So when they understand how the objects, how the data structure is created, they are convinced. There have been instances where most of the time, the core data like customer information is stored within their on-prem in-house systems, and they integrate easily into Creatio only for those particular tasks like policy creation or something like that. We're using Creatio's REST APIs. We're able to easily integrate and call those information, and this way they're able to make sure that they are storing their data and protecting it themselves, but pushing what is necessary to us.
No, I think that's really important. I think the other thing that I'd like to mention too is, don't forget we have the built-in governance app. We're the only no-code application platform that has a dedicated application specifically meant to monitor GRC controls. So whether it's data visibility, data sharing, operations controls on when data can be extracted or modified, all of these can be tracked and managed and even remediated from the governance app that Creatio offers. This is an industry-leading thing that we bring to the table as part of the Creatio platform. We'd love to talk to folks more about it. I want to take it to the next level. We talked just briefly about Copilot and AI, and I saw a chat come in that talks about the use of AI in insurance. Now, a lot of organizations are taking a very hands-off, I want to wait and see approach to AI. In your opinion, as a practitioner, how does AI benefit organizations, and should organizations be proactive, reactive, or take a hands-off approach when it comes to the use of AI?
We strongly believe that in terms of the use of AI, they need to be definitely proactive, or the worst case, reactive, and not a complete hands-off. There have been instances where I know with Creatio's Copilot, they are able to easily automate workflows based on certain terms and prompts that they have to enter, and Creatio automatically is able to build these workflows for you and be able to automatically create these fields and objects associated with it. At the same time, we have also helped customers where we've been able to integrate in third-party AI solutions and be able to build things like sentiment analysis. So based on the caller information, based on the transcript of that particular call that a certain person has had, and also their previous information in terms of how often they have engaged, their grievances and their patterns, we have been able to build sentiment analysis score where we are able to rate the mood of a certain particular customer.
Yeah, I think that that's a great way to look at it. And I think there's so many great ways to use both traditional AI and generative AI. The use case I like to talk to folks about all the time is, imagine a customer service type of use case where an email comes in. Well, generative AI and traditional AI are going to work hand in hand to solve a lot of these use cases, right? So generative will be doing things like capturing the inbound information, doing things like intelligent routing. In the meantime, it's going to take some of that information from that email, send it down to a traditional predictive model, things like sentiment analysis, keyword search. And traditional models are going to look at similar cases and how those were solved, so that by the time that a customer service rep even opens that case, they'll already be prompted with, here are the 1, 2, 3 in order of priority that you may want to go solve or go look at how to solve this. Generative AI is also going to create those customized email templates or communication channels or checklists for you to go through as a customer service rep to solve that customer's need or inquiry based upon the information that was captured in the email as well as output from a traditional AI standpoint. I think it's a great use of the technology. I think that one of the things that customers need to understand is there are so many benefits to it, and security and maintaining customer data, security is not a concern. There are many ways to be able to do this, and we're happy to show you kind of how to do that. All right, I have one more question, and then we will wrap up today. When it comes to the insurance market, is it the LNA side, the PNC side, or even health payer? What aspects of insurance can benefit from the use of no-code technology?
In my opinion, Jason, I think we are industry or segment of agnostic. I think all three of those industries you mentioned can equally leverage and benefit from the no-code platform. I mean, despite of their business use case might be different, but the value that we could deliver is still the same: automation, tracking, bringing AI aspect into place, workflow automation, task management. So I honestly believe all three of them are equally able to benefit out of it.
No, and I think that that's very true. And I think that one of the most important things to think about is that all businesses, all industries, and across a lot of different types of workflows can benefit from the use of Creatio and no-code technologies. Usaith, I want to thank you for joining us today and providing your expertise and your opinions on how insurance organizations can benefit from the use of Creatio and no-code technologies. I'd also like to thank the technical team behind the scenes for helping put this webinar together today. For more information, please visit our website at www.creatio.com. We're happy to talk to you. And if you'd like to catch this recording, we will be posting it on our YouTube page. And if you'd like to learn more about Creatio's Copilot, you can check us out at creatio.com or our recent Copilot launch event. Usaith, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for all the attendees, both today in person and they're watching this on the reruns. We greatly appreciate your participation today. We'll hope to see you on the next one. Till then, we'll see you soon.
Jason, thank you, everyone. See you.